So, last session. The avant garde traversed the far northern reaches of Draconis and came out fairly unscathed. As of now, you have dropped off your previous companion of Danian back to Vesrial, and now a long and lengthy journey is needed back to your homelands. New plans will need to be made. So, we'll see how it goes. Is there anything you would like to do while you're in the area of Vesrial?
I don't think I have anything.
Fair enough. Cal, your captain, sends the ship off. Based on my knowledge, you traverse about 80 miles a day, which is a lot of days. One moment, let me just go to the world map. This will be easier. You're looking at about 1,200 miles. So you will. Interesting. I feel like it was less last time. But no, you're going to be spending the next 15 days on your ship.
Damn. What? I won't, but I could just teleport us home.
Yeah?
I
I mean, that is up to you. Like, that is totally your prerogative.
I don't mind either way.
What do the rest of you think?
I promise not to send us to the fucked up boat this time.
I trust you. Blindly place my trust in you.
After everything we've been through. That's amazing.
No. Faraday doesn't blindly trust you, but she does trust you to do magic.
Yeah, that's fair. Finally place your trust in me on magic reasons.
Yeah, because you know 100% more about magic than she does.
100 times 0 is still 0.
She's honestly not even sure how the magic of her runes work. She just likes that they work.
Yeah. She doesn't need to understand how they work to use them.
Yeah, she just had to draw the shapes, and then they did it.
What's it like being a prodigy?
I'll never know. I guess Asif kind of was, because she just, like, gets her powers for free.
So, what is it?
Let's go.
Are we teleporting or are we sailing?
I mean, how much of a like rush are we in? Or do we have anything we're going back to that we need to?
No. But like, also, do we really want to be in a boat for 15 days?
That's a good point. We should teleport.
Of course, you would think that. Faradir can't swim.
Yeah, Faradir hates the ocean. It keeps trying to kill her.
The
If it's-
ocean tries to kill everybody. It's not personal.
If it's any
My
consolation,
first character loves the ocean so much. My second character hates the ocean so much.
if it's any consolation,
polar
I'm pretty
opposites.
sure the first 15 days of your journey, I split it into 3 roles, like 3 sets of roles. So we can do that. So it's not 15 day like rolling. You know, I'm not gonna be that mean about it.
It would be really funny if you were, though.
Roll for weather.
15 times.
That'd just be like 3 hours of rolling for weather.
Yeah. That's one way to fill up a session.
I mean, yeah, it really is. I mean, you have Asif on the ship, so Asif could just, you know, take that journey. It's not like you're going past anything too scary. It's just the entire Pirate Republic and open seas. Water breathing just in case. I mean, what you gonna do?
How do people other than me and Laura feel about it?
I mean, I wouldn't mind teleporting.
So, who's on the side of teleporting then? So that's Belric, Seer, Faradir.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go against teleporting.
Oh, it's up to Senti now.
It's 2 versus 1. So senti.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I just feel like
Evens or odds?
Evens.
Which die do you want? Do you want full heavy metal die, or do you want kind of rock die?
Rock.
Rock? Okay, gotcha. Let me turn on my lights here. You said evens, Laura?
Yeah.
Got you spending the next 15 days on a ship.
Yippee!
I refuse to teleport us. It's not that Seer doesn't want to, it's that me, the player, doesn't want to.
Love that. So I'm going to split up this journey into 3 chunks. So you're only going to have 3 main random encounter rolls. So we'll see how it goes. The first batch, so that's what? Let me just redo the measurement here real fast. So you're probably cutting from here, and you're cutting down, and then here to Guanistan. So that's about 1,200 miles.
Oh, 1 second. I have to open a door.
There you go. So 400 miles is each bit. Okay. One moment.
Oh, I'm back. Also, if you hear someone else, it's my sister.
Okay. First 400 miles. Who wants to be the first to roll?
I'll roll since I was the one against teleporting.
So you're gonna. I need weather, and I
Okay.
need encounter.
So that's just 2 different D100 rolls, right?
Yes, please. You got clear skies.
That's good.
Um. Huh. I don't think this is the table I was using before. Give me one moment.
Oh no.
It was not the table I was using before. Okay. um, what I rolled was a giant, ominous black obsidian pyramid rises out of the ocean.
What?
I was like, what happened? Okay.
That would be insane.
That would, yeah, that was like, I looked at that, I was like, that's a little crazy. You know? That's a little weird.
Something about this isn't right.
Yeah. So, who is keeping watch on the top deck?
Not me.
I will.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Okay. Look at that. Just forgot to open your character sheet.
$23. Okay. On the about 4th day of travel, this span of open ocean is honestly very easy to traverse. This is just on the edge of the Pirate Republic's territory. They don't really patrol these waters too far to the north, as it is just very dangerous. There's not much out here, and there's a wide gap between the islands of Draconis and the archipelago around the Pirate Republic. Thus, it's quite surprising when out of nowhere a massive island is seen. And surprisingly, you were almost going to hit it. But with Fairdeer, your expert perception, you notice the island before it's too late, And you watch as Cal kind of veers the ship off to the starboard side, which is the right side, and just begins like sending the ship further southward. And now that he knows it's there, you watch him kind of get concerned. You see he rotates the ship more on the starboard side. And it doesn't take you, Faraday, very long to notice the ship just begins to do a circle. And the island is still in the same spot relative to the ship. That if the ship just stopped turning, it would just ram right into this island in no time at all.
That's bizarre.
Faraday, the island's moving.
He's pushing.
Yes, I have noticed.
You might want to get your crew up here.
I will
Man,
summon the crew.
bring it to outside
Huh?
the beach, and you guys peek out.
You all see the same sight. Currently, the ship is just kind of rotating in the ocean. It's doing it fairly wide, but you can just see the ship is almost like is always in line with this island. That this strange island is just rotating around the ship with it.
I have a Pathfinder.
Seer, Faraday noticed this island, and if I adjust course going straight at all, we're going to hit it. All I can do is turn, and it's not coming closer to us. It's just in our way, and I don't know what's happening.
I was on site, but
This is unfortunate. I don't have anything I can do.
Nothing?
I mean,
all that's left are hops, man. You just keep buying hops. You can go back there.
I don't have any magic that would help us out.
There's B.
And I don't think I know anything about floating. Do I know anything about
Make
floating
a-
island?
Make a
below
history
the sea?
check.
Pushing.
Make a history check.
God. It's a nat 20.
You've experienced many
Damn.
different types of strange floating islands. Most of them have been pretty small. You know,
Dude, I killed two.
very strange. Like you just don't
I killed two
fully
two
know
with my pistol.
why all of them are like they are. The way this one is moving, though, and something you saw recently, leads you to believe that this is some sort of creature.
Thought it was dead.
And based on the size of it, this is probably the largest dragon turtle
I'll go
shell you've ever
B,
seen in
but I
your life.
think I'm gonna go A. That's just-
Oh. Okay, so that's a dragon turtle.
Most likely.
So is it following us?
CJ,
It's just
I've predicted these guys. like,
it's just
every time.
always in front of the ship, essentially. It's like almost always trying to be in front of the ship. It's almost just rotating around the ship with you.
Does it want us to stop? Is it trying to... It's not attacking us.
It's definitely not attacking you. It's just in the way, so you don't know.
Can anyone talk to dragon turtles?
Let me look at Ace of Spells.
I have sending. I don't know if that works.
I have Banishment.
Now they're gonna go beat.
I could cast telepathic bond.
Dude, they're going
I-
Look at that. I called it.
Only thing that
Fucking
might do
called it.
anything is Banishment. Just get rid of it.
That's all that matters, I guess. Yeah.
Actually,
Let me
I do
read.
have Divine Intervention. I could just ask my god to fix it.
No, I mean,
If we make
Yeah,
it next
I'll do that. I'll use
time,
Ace if we use Divine Intervention and just be like,
20 rounds.
hey Talos, can you like fix that or whatever?
Okay.
I have to roll
Okay.
a D100.
We'll deal
I
with it.
could cast. I could cast sending.
Alright,
But go ahead and ask your god.
It doesn't work.
No.
the wrong gun.
I don't.
He told me to fuck off.
Is Kalos even your god?
Talos is?
I thought it was. It was another person.
No, it's Talos. It's Volker.
It's
That's what I
Volker.
meant. I meant Volker. That's the one.
In your.
I was in. Okay, listen. In Baldur's Gate, they have Talos and not Volker. It's Volker though. That's what she would have said. Asif is better at remembering who her god is than I am.
You accidentally say Talos, so Volker does not answer your call for help.
Well, shit.
Volker's upset.
Oh man. Now I gotta
no.
send him like a sorry package.
They wanted Dylan to come with us. What?
Oh no.
All in favor of me casting sending.
Who do you want to be?
Yeah, go for it.
Come hang with us.
This is
Talk
so
to that
dangerous.
turtle.
This is so dangerous. What do I even say?
I mean, my next thing is cast banishment.
Excuse me. Would you mind if we got
Jake,
past?
you like how I call it last for
Okay.
Can I cast something and say
Real
that?
quick, have we had a long rest since I cast spells last?
Yeah, this is like 4 days into a journey.
Okay, cool.
You send that.
I was getting for the
Make a persuasion check.
Guidance.
Okay, guidance. Like, where's my persuasion?
You have advantage on persuasion when talking to dragon turtles. Do you have that feature?
No.
Oh no! Oh
Technically, I can't
Oh,
roll below a 10.
no! Okay, so it's an 18.
It's an 18 plus guidance.
And then, yeah, guidance.
It's a nat 1 though. It's auto failure.
Yeah, fuck.
It's a critical failure.
But with the bard thing, it goes up to be a 10. Like, you cannot roll below a 10.
It's
That's how the
still-
ability works.
Yes.
It's
but
like
still
rogues. You can
the
roll in that
dice
one
roll.
on a sleight of hand.
Yes, but
You can't roll lower than a 10.
I use the homebrew rule of if it's a nat 1, it's automatically a failure, no matter what.
Ah.
That's why nat 20 is pretty much an automatic success.
So,
Gotcha.
That's the house rules I've always abided by. I
can't
find
get past.
it's fun, so like there is always that chance that you will automatically fail, no matter what, no matter your abilities. You hear a voice in your mind. Does it have to know the same languages as you?
It didn't specify. It just said, let me find the. It just said, you send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately. The spell enables creatures with intelligence scores of at least 1 to understand the meaning of your message.
Gotcha. You hear this voice in your mind. End this foolish chase.
Chase. Okay,
I
guys.
require payment for your passage through my territories.
You fucking told by a turtle?
What payment?
Is this a
Stop,
fucking bridge turtle?
or I burn your ship on the ocean.
Fuck.
We gotta fuck up a turtle, guys.
What, we can't be the. Okay, you want to fight a dragon
Um,
turtle?
Suddenly,
No.
the entirety of the ocean surrounding you begins to boil. Steam begins to fill the air, and in the immediate vicinity, you watch as that steam begins to create small clouds, and then lightning starts to be arcing across the island itself. You get the
Hey,
sense
cow!
this dragon turtle is probably one of the strongest creatures you've ever seen.
We need to stop immediately.
Real quick, can Asif make some kind of check to see if this is not real?
Make an insight check.
Okay. It's not great. Oh no! She got that one!
This is real as hell.
Damn!
I'm begging Cal to stop.
Cal
That
orders
was
his
in a
bosuns. They
row.
immediately raise
Oh,
sails.
should have had Faraday do it. She gets advantage.
Immediately the sails go away. The ship slowly begins to come to a crawl. It stops. He stops turning it after about one go around once the ship has lost so much speed, and then slowly it begins to just get dead in the ocean. Its only movement that of waves. And you see the island quickly swims upwards towards
It
you
wouldn't kill us.
I guess ask it.
and then
Ask it what it wants
rises
as payment.
from the ocean. You see a massive draconic maw, the size of a mountain, filled with purple electric energy as it opens its maw, and you just hear "Zundrondain Rochandachte." Do any of you speak Draconic?
I bet he does.
I bet he does.
And I think Senti can cast comprehend languages.
Um,
Or no, that's just written stuff. Tongues is the,
yeah.
the words.
That's just
Interesting.
it.
Okay.
But I bet he knows it.
I will say, do any of you know Primordial?
Gamesh.
Asip knows Aquin, which is she knows Auron, which is like a subcategory of Primordial.
Okay. I'm gonna say for this,
And Gamesh knows Terran,
Mabehi is
which is
hiding.
also Primordial.
Yes, Mabehi is currently hiding and does not wish to show herself in case this turns bad. Senti is prepped. I mean, not
How
Senti,
rude.
Mabehi is prepped. After the draconic voice rings out and no one responds, it switches to Aqua, which is a subsect of Primordial. And it can be understood by Senti then. And spoken through Senti. So Senti will be your mediator for this. That or Asif if you want.
Yeah, Asif can get like a vague understanding of what it's saying.
Yeah, so can Gamesh at this point.
It's just different colloquial terms, basically.
Well, Senti. Good
The-
luck.
Like saying trolley instead of cart.
Yes. The voice, after no response in Draconic, it rings out in this subsect of Primordial, Aquin, and you just hear Zachrunaya Shindrumoyoshk Den Bradoroshkomak. Release some of your treasures so you can pass through my domain.
Treasures.
This is the Dragon Turtle Shakedown.
Have any of us ever heard of like a dragon turtle that's this big and does shit like this?
I would say with the Nat 20 history check from earlier with Senti, I mean not Senti, Seer, better things right now. This would have to be an ancient and mythic creature.
Oh, good.
So you're looking at
I, the
probably,
player, am doubtful of this, but my characters think this is so real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally like the size of a mountain, just sticking out of the ocean. It's huge. It's a gargantuan creature. It's bigger than that actually.
I
If
can.
you wish for a reference photo, check chat.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Mm,
That's
Love that. I have these.
That's really cool.
On me.
yeah, throw those in.
Okay.
Throw those in.
They're useless to us. It's just money.
A lot of money. A lot of money.
It's better than a magic item, though.
Yeah. Okay.
I can
You
also.
offer up these things. Like, how do you offer it up to the dragon?
Hang on.
Turtle.
I can also give.
Just throw them at its mouth like ring toss.
I mean. Okay, so here's the thing. I have, I think, a spell that could possibly help with this, called Tinser's Floating Disc. So if Cinti can tell it to give me 10 minutes so I can make a floating platform to give it to them.
I don't know that it's gonna wait 10 minutes.
Would-
Hey,
How else
ancient
would it
dragon
want
turtle,
its
can you give us a
dick?
quick 10?
I'm giving up a lot of shit here!
Quick, someone do stand up to distract it. Or do a little jig.
Okay. As you're like telling the dragon turtle essentially to give you 10 minutes, you hear like water splashing over wood as you hear a sound behind you, and then again 2 more times, and turn behind you, and you can see 3 individuals dressed in strange draconic armors and visages. You can see what looks to be 2 blue-skinned tritons carrying these trident spears, and you can see they each, though those 2 are holding, one in each hand, the ends of a massive chest that glitters and shines with a astounding beauty. It is covered with filament and sapphires and rubies and beautiful art pieces depicting a grand empire of the sea almost. And you can see they walk over on the top deck of your ship, dripping water all across it, and slam the chest down and just lift it open. Inside, you can see an almost ethereal black void, like an extra dimensional space that they just expect you to throw some stuff into. The third individual is not a Triton. In fact, it is a Warforged. Covered with seaweed and corals. They are almost like a nature... they're very similar to Senti in all regards. They have been almost reclaimed by nature. Their actual robotic kind of bits are hidden behind the natural plant life that surrounds them. And they do cock their head at Senti. You see both of the tridents speak at once. Basically just saying in Aquan, Place your treasures in this chest. We are servants
Can
of the
I?
Great Drake.
What's these guys' whole deal? Can I try and get a read on them?
Make an insight check.
This is fair, dear, because Asif is all believes all of this. Oh shit! What did I do to her character sheet?
I guess I'll just start. I'll just start donating my stuff.
Yeah, you watch it just be sent in, and the second it hits like that black ethereal color, it just vanishes. You just watch your stuff just disappear from sight. You don't know where it goes.
Ooh, 27s. Ooh, 2 19s on the dice. God damn.
These are definite servants to the dragon.
But they all look like they're being forthright. They don't look like they're lying or nervous.
They, the Warforged is a little perturbed, seeing another, Warforged on your ship. But it seems like they probably do this often. They are trained at it, and it looks like they're not scared of you all, to say the least.
Are they looking are they glancing at the dragon turtle at all?
Yeah. Often.
Okay. Asif will come up and donate her greatest treasure, which is a chunk of hag hair that she's had for so long.
No way.
It's her most valuable possession. In her inventory, she places the lock of really, old hag hair atop the jewels in gold.
No, I love that I love
A
that.
single tear falls down her beak.
I love that.
I've deleted it from my inventory.
I love
The
that.
hag hair is gone. I also have a stick, but I'm not sure if that's good or not. It's just a stick. And Sebastian's wing? Why does she have all this shit? She has so much stuff that's just dumb. She has an arrow from a smuggling operation, a werewolf book, Sebastian's wing, a unicorn horn, Medusa head, unknown language papers.
I
She just
love.
has a bunch of random shit.
That's what happens. It's like in Baldur's Gate 3 when you just pick up a random pot. You don't know where it was from.
Yeah, God, I forgot that Asif would just grab things sometimes, and I would write it
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Barrier
sometimes
doesn't
stuff.
grab anything. Asif just has a bag of her things, and she
I
likes
think
them. She collects them.
Worldly goods.
She is a Corvid at heart and in body, so she collects things.
She is taxonomically speaking a corpse.
Yeah. Literally and figuratively.
Okay.
There's a reason for her behavior.
So,
Yeah, it's because she's a bird
Siri,
and dumb, and I love that.
Yeah.
place all your items in, and you can see the large draconic turtle watches you with great interest place these objects in. And you can see as you finish up putting the last little baseball moonstone in, you can see wide smiles on the faces of the two Tritons. Once you
Yeah,
step
yeah.
back, the last thing put in is Asif's little piece of hair from a hag, and the second Asif steps back, they shut it, as if that is enough.
The hair was the cherry on top.
They didn't have to ask for more. You paid the amount you were supposed to.
Damn.
Exactly the amount.
Um,
It's all that gold and a baseball moonstone. That was the amount we had to pay.
Yeah.
You see the two Tritons lift the sides of the chest, immediately walk to the edge of the ship, and just almost go into like a face dive with this chest between them. And then you watch as they're like diving down, there's tridents go forward, and they almost plunge into the water. And then they are gone. You can see the Warforged will speak up as the two tritons are now gone. Your tithe has been accepted. If you ever have need of us, the Undersea Kingdom can be friends with you. Thank you for your service.
I deck him. No, I don't. I think about it though.
Don't make me cast chaos on you.
You watch an electric eel kind of like poke its head out of some of the coral on his back and then slides back in. Thank you. He looks to you, Centine, just nods his head towards you. And he just begins walking backwards till he hits the edge of your ship and then just does a backwards fall into the ocean.
Backflip! Do a flip!
And he said it was the
Asaph runs over to the edge.
Kingdom?
Does he do a flip?
Said an Undersea Kingdom, apparently.
Okay.
We're gonna reach.
They're totally pirates.
Asaph is running over to that edge of the boat. Does he do a flip as he goes down?
You run over to the edge of the ship. Make a dex saving throw.
Okay. You got
Okay.
to 22. That's pretty
Your
good.
head goes to the side of the ship, and you immediately put your head back straight up as you watch a column of water 50 feet wide just explodes outward. As you realize that in the split moment, as he like falls out of view sight, he seemingly casts some sort of spell and is no longer humanoid as you watch him turn into a massive sea dragon.
Did the dragon do a flip?
You hear the echoing voice of the massive, ancient dragon turtle. Thank you for your service. And then you watch the head just gets low into the water. Watch all the electric energy that kind of roils across its backside begins to subside. And this dragon turtle just begins to look like a small island. And then he does a backflip.
Hell yeah.
And then
Asaph
you
yells
watch his,
out
like,
in
tiny little-
Orin.
Uh,
She yells, "Cowabunga, radical dude!"
if you've ever seen like the tiny like snapping turtle feet as they like dive underwater, that's what you see. It's like you see just two little flippers,
Oh. That's hilarious.
but the size of an
I-
island, you know.
It's
I
even
love this
funnier.
guy.
Yeah,
He did a sick flip.
I'm glad we could pay the toll.
That was some X Games shit.
Yeah.
Gotta know when you're beat.
But after that, you wait a few moments, and it seems like you're free to go. You just had to pay.
Yeah, like if we were
a
on
lot.
land, maybe we could fight a dragon turtle, but in the ocean,
Yeah.
not so much. It'll just eat our ship.
I didn't even give away all of my worldly goods. I kept a tapestry.
Asaph gave away her
And
greatest
all of
possession.
and all of my magic items.
Yeah. Yeah. But this is the second time you all have heard of some sort of undersea kingdom within the world.
Guys, we should go to Atlantis.
I mean, they said they could be friends with us, but I imagine it'll cost a lot more money.
But what if we snuck in? We robbed them.
Not. We would die.
Probably. But it'd be so cool.
One of us can't even swim.
That's true. But she would sink and it would be really good because she
Yeah.
wouldn't have to worry about floating back up to the surface.
Yeah, but
you-
she
you
died!
sink. So you sink, and then you cast Water Walk at the very end, and then she shoots up to the surface. That's
Yeah.
how you do it.
Everyone else grabs onto her instead
Yeah.
of like a weight so that we all sink to the bottom really fast so that we can then just walk across the bottom of the ocean.
I believe
She's
so. Like,
she's the lead weight for everyone.
yeah, Water Walk is such a great spell because I'm pretty sure doesn't it like tell you? Oh yeah, you go up to the surface at 60 foot around, so you basically like
it's
dash to the
the-
surface without even doing anything.
It's the goodbye.
Yeah.
The goodbye spell. Sayonara.
Jesus is
See you later.
powerful.
Me at the bottom of the ocean, just casting Water Walk to ascend to 2,000 feet. You know. And
I bet the
Rocket
first person
rocket out of the water like a
that-
dolphin.
I bet the first person to do that in an underwater. Okay, the way y'all are, I realize this now. If you're at the bottom of the ocean, if you were not at the grace of D&D logic, you would die so fast
yeah,
from the pressure difference. And if you didn't die, you would start hallucinating.
yeah. D&D water is just less dense. That's all it is.
Yeah. There's less gravity on the D&D planet.
Yeah. Why do you think you can have a 20-foot vertical leap?
Yeah.
That's super true. We're on Mars, actually.
Does that mean that people who are stronger are less or are more dense?
We are. It's a good point. I think it's more density, but spread out over a larger area. So maybe that's how it equals out. I don't like to
How
think
does
about.
physics work?
I don't like to think about physics. It hurt.
Yeah.
It confuses me and hurts my head.
Yeah.
If I think too hard, I'll get a headache.
Let's just keep going.
There's no physics. It's like Minecraft. You can just have a floating house.
I love floating
Maybe,
houses.
maybe we should have teleported.
I mean, what? Not teleporting just costs you 2,000 gold. So.
Yeah, Seer didn't want to teleport, and as a result, she had to give up so much money.
Okay. So,
I mean, it's fine. Do you know how long I've had these items?
A long time, because I don't remember them.
Yeah. I hoard stuff. I need to give it away.
Seer's more of a Corvid than Asif is.
I,
Asif just collects random shit. Seer collects specifically shiny things.
material
Mhm.
possessions are my only ticket to survival.
That's fair enough. Plane shift is... I would consider it teleporting. You're teleporting to a different plane. Because teleporting is just going from one place to another. Without, like, walking there.
I'm just trading places with the air at the teleportation circle, really. Damn.
okay. So, next 400 miles. I need someone to roll me a weather effect and a random encounter.
I'll do the encounter.
I guess I'll do the weather then.
Okay, weather first.
Watch me get a 28. We have to pay the toll again.
That is such a low roll.
11!
Um,
Oh man, if only I'd rolled that for the divine intervention!
mm-hmm.
It would've worked! Good thing is, Asif can just do it again. She could do it once a day until it works, and then she can't do it for a week.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had divine intervention work for me, but, you know, one day it will.
One day, for sure. One day. So, It is blizzardy, snowy, and cold for days. The journey comes to a crawl as most of you are forced to spend your time below deck as you are whipped into a massive, massive polar storm that comes down from the far north to ravage the islands of the Pirate Republic and to ravage your ship. Luckily, this weather is so bad that you pass through the entirety of the Pirate Republic with almost ease. You are not stopped by a single pirate ship, and you aren't even noticed by the closest cities that you pass by as you skirt
Everyone
the
else was
line of their
inside.
territory. What's up?
Everyone else was just inside. They didn't want to go out. It's too cold.
Pretty much. So, it is a cold evening in your ship.
What? Pause?
Most of you are, well, I would assume a majority of you are below deck at these late hours.
Nah, not if you say.
Does anyone wish to be on the top deck?
Deer would probably be up there. She likes the cold weather.
I figured.
She would not be big, though.
Fair enough, yeah. No big fair deer.
I mean, she's always big, but not that big.
I love the big, what is the meme I sent in the chat, getting Karlach into a giant woman.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like half the time I use Giant Might, I sing that song in my head.
As you should.
All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman, a giant woman.
As you should.
Let's get creative.
Oh, also, Sierra, we forgot last time to do the sending to Ystrid to make sure she's not
my
dead.
God. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do that during one of these blizzard days?
Yeah.
Okay. So you and Fairdeer are probably sitting by at the kitchen table, enjoying like a nice warm cup of coffee, in the early morning hours, and this is when you realize that you need to send this message. So what are you sending?
I believe it's just asking Ystrid if she's alright and telling her that Faradir is also okay.
Yeah. Every time Faradir has gone a long period of time without contacting Ystrid, whenever she does reach out, it's very, very bad.
Yeah. You hear a voice responding.
Dude,
Tell Fairdeer I'm doing just fine. Everything is good.
why would I
It's so nice to
I
have
will.
peace after so long.
really? You trust me?
I relay the message.
What do you do about it?
Faradir just smiles.
I love being the awkward third wheel in my
That's what you tell them.
friends,
Hey, I'm working on one of
my
those.
allies' relationship.
Faradir's gonna learn how to cast sending and only sending.
Yeah. I'm surprised you don't
Specifically, specifically to talk to her girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have a stone ascending just to like between you and Easter.
Oh my god. I
Get you
forgot
one.
that exists. Next time we're on land, Faradir's gonna get one.
Good.
I have one to alter that I
They're like-
never use.
They're easy to commission. They're like so easy.
I bet they're.
I've simply never thought of it. Not even once. But that's such a smart idea.
So
I'm gonna make a note of that and then forget to look at the note.
Yeah, I'm gonna need overtime for this day.
make that note. In the middle of this blizzard, the top deck of the ship is frosted, icy, and white. It's hard to see even 3 feet away from yourself. The bottom decks are crowded and filled with people and smells. And so, Faraday, you take some time to come up to the top deck to enjoy the icy cold during these next few days of bitter cold. You can barely make out the shape of Cal currently at the helm, just guiding the ship as best he can. The sails are not fully out. They're mostly retreated in as to kind of save the sails as best as he can, so they don't get damaged in this bitter, icy cold.
What are you saying?
One bosun is currently on the top deck.
Saying you can't train my snake?
The old Furbolg, Saren, your newest member, one that you've not really talked to. You can see his shape moving to and fro from the 2 different masts every so often.
Snakes have progressive thought.
And you're just chilling out on the top deck.
Hell yeah. Me and the other giant kin just chilling up here.
Yeah. What's your passive perception?
23.
Okay.
They have some
At one point,
battles. They can't see properly.
it's pretty late. It's getting around 9 o'clock at night. You hear Cal yell out an order to Saren, and you can see Saren turns, partially in the snowy mist. You can just see his shape. You see a head, kind of like look towards Cal's direction. You hear a voice, "Yes, sir." You see one step is taken, and it's fairly apparent, being this close. There's a small flash of light. You see Saren kind of stops for a moment and just stands there. You see he shakes a little bit. And he was being called to lower one of the back masts to get a little extra speed going for a couple waves. You watch him go to the front of the ship, out of sight. You can only see around maybe 15 feet around you. 5 feet of actual sight, and then 10 feet of dim. But you just watch him disappear from your view as he just walks to the front of the ship.
Why not?
It's very strange.
I'll make my way over there.
No.
Okay.
It's not offensive. He thinks it's food.
Make your way.
So the back of the ship or the front?
The front of the ship.
Okay. Yeah, just trudge up these steps.
You see him fiddling with. You see he's almost sitting cross-legged on the ground in front of the anchor chain. Currently, you see he's doing something. His back is to you. He's kind of hunched with this almost he's a giantkin, so he has a really lengthy,
You consider it
Furbolg specifically are lanky giantkin. They're not broad and stuff like you are. So you can just see his almost arched back. His spine is extruded out more than it you would expect a normal person to kind of look like, and it's a little creepy in the dark, cold, hard to see nature of the ship right now. When you see his back is just arched as he's doing something.
Okay, I'm just gonna go to the side of him and see if I can see what he's doing.
You see he has his pocket knife out, and he's etching something into the ground, into the ship itself. With your passive perception, there's a small glint in one of his eyes. It's some color, you can't see it, but it's unnatural. He's not looking at you, he's looking at at whatever he's carving. So you cannot see what his eye color actually is, but you can just see a glint of something else that is very strange.
Can I see what he's carving?
Yeah, you look at it. Make perception or investigation check.
We're gonna go perception. Ooh, 15.
Okay, make a wisdom save.
Oh no! My weakness! Hey, hey, hey.
Cage all day.
Okay.
All right, all indomitable to make it a little worse. Oh my God, it's better.
You get down and look at it, and you see he finishes it with a flurry, and his eyes turn to you, and you feel your brain just racked with a memory as you see the yellow sign.
See a what?
The yellow sign.
You know how big Reggie is?
The same symbol you saw when you were in Kalos, dealing with the Cloud Crown twins. That strange eldritch being.
The cage is next to
He's just carved an eldritch symbol into your ship. His eyes lock with yours, and you can see they are two yellow orbs.
I'm gonna punch him in the face,
You hit him in the face.
trying to knock him out.
Okay.
Not trying to kill
Make an
him, trying to
attack
knock him unconscious.
Make an attack roll.
Okay. It's just an unarmed strike. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
That hits. Roll damage.
No, snakes are the OG.
9.
You punch him straight in the face.
Non-lethal, of course.
Yes, and you just watch his head goes donk against the edge of the railing of the ship and the anchor as he just like lays there prone, unconscious. You hold your mind after that for a few moments, just recollecting yourself. And then you hear a voice.
Okay. Oh no.
Hello there.
They don't eat dirt, they eat animals.
Time is almost up.
You know, some humans call them, but like,
Plans are in motion.
Do you judge them like that?
Things are going on. Do you have a dream?
Am I able to move?
You try to move?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can move.
Okay. I'm just gonna try and scratch out the symbol he carved just to like
Yeah.
get rid of it.
You start scratching it out with your blade, just not looking at it. With your passive perception, it's obvious where the voice is coming from. Saren may be unconscious, but his mouth is moving.
How much are these games?
Throw him off the ship. No.
Would you spend a lot
That would be really funny though.
of the same game every year?
I'm just gonna tuck him over my shoulder. Just take him downstairs. I don't know. Vader's tired of this shit.
Okay, you go to grab
She's
him.
had too many people trying to get in her mind.
You grab his arm to like pull him over your shoulder, and you see the head lurches up. The eyes are still closed, but you just see like the mouth move towards you still. He still speaks.
Just because you're afraid of snakes, Dylan, does not mean you get to bully Reggie.
Time is almost up.
Why are you bullying Reggie?
To the hells they go, then to Draconis. Then things will end. You have a
Okay,
dream.
I will get a time clock. I say as I put him over my shoulder.
Okay.
I will get a clock and I will look for the Draken, whatever the fuck you said. I'm saying this like as I'm walking down down into the deck of the ship, like the
Okay.
lower deck. And then I'll just like drop him on the floor down there
Okay.
gently so as not to hurt him. Maybe hurt him a little bit. We could have a bruise. I mean, his face is gonna be fucking bruised from
Yeah,
getting
you
clocked
drop
so
him.
hard.
Down below deck.
And is he still talking?
There's silence for now.
Okay, cool. Just gonna like look around. Like he got a weird thing in his head. The like when we were in Kalos with the Cloud twins, and there was that yellow symbol. He carved that into the deck of the ship, and then had a weird voice, even though I punched him in the face until he was asleep. So she just gestures to him laying on the floor. I brought him back here, so he did not die of hypothermia.
No, you would eat it, and then if it was too big for you, it would explode.
Okay.
You ever see that,
What did he say exactly?
you ever see that, like, those, that huge...
He talked about the time is running out, and then Draconis, and then everyone's going to end or something like that. It was like vague, apocalyptic shit.
Oh. That's
So,
not
like,
good.
every other month for us.
Yeah, but like, that's still not good.
No, of course not. But there's very little information to go on with that.
You're gonna get a tattoo.
And we just came from Draconis, so.
It didn't seem like it was apocalyptic there yet, so we've probably got some time.
Let's hope so. I'm gonna give this body a wide berth.
Okay.
I'll put him inside the carriage.
Yeah, you place Saren inside the carriage.
Yeah. Just in case he, like, wakes up and tries to murder us, I don't know.
Reggie can drink water.
Gotcha. Locking the door on the carriage. He's silent.
Cool. I'm sorry, that should have been 8 bludgeoning damage. No, it is 9. Okay. I'm just crazy. It's, yeah, 27. That's good. I thought I still had it set to 29 from my rune. But no, it's 27.
Yeah, where do you...
A normal number for her strength to be.
Very normal.
Why aren't you streaming it?
Okay. You just leave
And then
it alone?
Faraday just sits and contemplates why things always try to get into her head. And maybe she should, I don't know, work on that.
Interesting.
Go see a therapist or something. Those
A
definitely exist. Probably not.
Okay.
I feel like if therapy existed, we wouldn't have a lot of the problems that we do. Like Garish Tall, we all said like he just needed to go to some therapy to deal with his abandonment issues.
Honestly, yes.
Like he just needed someone to tell him that it wasn't his fault and that
Yeah.
he didn't do anything wrong. They were just
Support
assholes.
network.
Yeah, he just needed a support system. And instead he tried to take over the world.
He had no support network. His only supporters were like created by him.
Yeah, they were fired. So it's like if you're an addict and then your support network is other addicts. Like that's not going to be very helpful.
It's like AA, but the person running the AA is also an alcoholic.
And they're handing out shots.
Yeah.
So,
On the other hand, there are some characters that therapy would not help.
That's true. Like Zarin, he was past the point of therapy.
Yeah.
He was just a bad
he
guy.
was horrible, dude.
You made a really good villain because I well and truly hated him.
Good. As
To the
he
core
should
of
have
my
been.
being, I hated him.
There was no redemption for Zarin ever. That was
No.
never in my mind. He was fighting to the death, no matter what. It was his way or the highway. Okay. So you lock him in the carriage, and then continue on with your night?
Yeah, I'll probably go up to the deck of the ship for another hour or so, and then
Yeah, they have to
Tuck
bring
in
another
for the
bosun
night.
up to the top deck of the ship to like replace him.
yeah.
But yeah, the rest of Cal's kind of that section of the night kind of goes fairly easily. There is some like light, lack of sleep for some of that night, as you do have you are down a bosun, which is not good. So the other bosun has to kind of pick up a lot of slack. Where are all of you sleeping?
Fairdeer, she'll try and help because she feels a little bad for knocking him the fuck out.
Fair enough.
Did he have like what 5 hit points? Is that what a commoner has or something?
Yeah, about that.
Damn. She punched him really hard. Then it was like, ooh, I didn't mean to do it that hard.
It was enough to
She's
knock him out.
fighting-
It would have been weird if he wasn't knocked out. So
Isn't Caleb seen
where are you all sleeping?
You don't feel safe sleeping with this body.
You don't?
No.
Asif like hangs out in the hammocks because she loves hammocks.
That's pretty much all the ship has.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Seer has her own room, but
Only Seer.
Seer.
Fairdeer's just like in the bottom deck. Probably not in a hammock because they're too small. She's just on the floor.
Fairdeer can use my room.
Nah, it's alright. She should, in case he wakes up and starts trying to kill people, she should probably be there.
Let's.
So Seer, you go to your own room then to sleep, probably.
I don't know. I don't like this.
I mean, Fairdeer will also like go to your room to protect you if you want. She'll be your bodyguard for the night.
Yep, and I could stay down here to watch him.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
That's the
I'll
plan.
I'll
Gotcha.
stand vigil over Seer.
My paranoia
Fair
is
enough.
getting the better.
So
of me.
Belric and Senti are kind of watching over Saren as he's stuck in the carriage. Gotcha.
I've talked with this guy once before. I don't want to do it again.
It's a
He
long,
tried to eat.
cold night. Most of the crew passes out, snuggled up in their hammocks as best as they can through the cold winter storm. You hear the wind whipping around the ship and can feel cold wind drafts make it down the stairwells and do hit you from time to time. It's hard to stay awake for long periods of time in weather like this. All you would want is to sleep. And perhaps you almost do. Until a single sound wakes you up. A soft rattle of a simple
Shut up, Bruno.
5 knocks on a rattling wood door. Belric, your eyes open, and you can see staring out at you, Saren.
Can I do like an insight check to see?
Make
How
an
he
insight
looks.
check. Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check. 19. There is this yellow glint in the eyes that sends a shiver down your spine. You see a wide smile curl across his face. Muffled through the door, you hear his voice. A continent of old and a ruin of death. Secrets buried, hidden. Armies waiting. Plans are in motion. It's coming. think it was Continent of Old Ruins of Death, I believe. That's what it should have been.
As he says
Dwen-
that, Asif like turns over in her sleep and just goes "Shh," as best as a bird with a beak can do. She has a passive perception of 20, so she probably was woken up by that,
Mhm.
but she doesn't care enough to not go back to sleep. She's an eepy little bird.
Super eepy. The ruins of Dwenwill. That's a start. It's the only place to start. There is no beginning. All of the beginning has been erased. DWENWIL. Dwenwill. You know, do this for all of you. Oh. My dreams are coming true. Well, yours.
This sounded.
You see the eyes kind of peering through the small window hole for the door. The eyes kind of look about the room, across all of the crew, the party members who are sleeping, Gamesh, Mebehi, and it looks up above you, Belric, towards where Faradir and Seer are in the room above. Looks back towards you. Good night. You see these long, furbled fingers kind of grab the window slat with a heavy grip. You see the eyes look and meet yours, Belric. You see he pulls his head back, and you begin to worry that he's about to do something drastic. Like it looks like he's gearing up for something. And in the head, with a great speed and tenacity, a single loud bang is heard as he bashes his head against the rattling door and knocking himself out.
Yeah, I think at that point I'll like open the door up to make sure he's actually okay.
At that sound, Asif definitely like wakes up and is like looking around confused.
Yeah, you open the door, you check on him. He just knocked himself back unconscious.
Yep, I think the first thing I'll do is I'll cast Remove Curse on him. Then I'll use my Lay on Hands to heal him a bit.
Okay. Yeah. With that, you do hear a voice. Ugh. And you see the eyes open, and you can see a familiar eyes of Saren. They're not with that tint of yellow anymore. It seems whatever was controlling him or possessing him is over. Oh, you see he holds his head. And there's just this big dent mark in the front of his forehead now, where he just bashes skull against the door. What happened? You see, he, like, partially tries to, like, get up as you're, like, dealing with him. Do you stop him from getting up, or...?
Yep, I'll just stop him. It's like, well, take it easy. I think you're possessed by something, but you should be good now.
What? I was possessed? Oh, how did that happen?
Do you remember seeing some kind of like symbol or something?
No, I had a voice. Johannes. Ah.
Oh, you heard his voice?
I just. You see, he looks confused when you say that. I don't know who that is. Why do I know that name? This is a weird night. You see, like, touches one of his eyes. Did Faraday punch me in the face?
I think she might have.
I'm gonna go pass out. And he just
Yeah, let me-
lays. Yeah?
I'll just take him to his bed.
You just pick him up.
Yep, pick him up or try to guide him at least to where his bed is.
Fair enough. Yeah, he leans on you a lot. He just like slinks into his hammock. You see like it bends down all the way to touching the floor as he's a big furball. And you see like curls up into like his like winter blanket in his hammock. And you just hear, oh, my eye. And he just sleeps off his concussion.
As that was happening, Asif just like reached over and patted Zeed's foot and mumbled the words for death ward, and then went back to sleep.
Z just says, thank you.
Usually she doesn't do it at night, but she was already awake, so might as well.
Okay. That is that random encounter.
That was so lovely and not creepy at all.
I love those. So, now you find yourselves with the last 400 miles, pretty much. Oh, so you're about right here on the map. Well, let me do this and then just do it from here. Yeah, you about right here. You're just on the edge of the Pirate Republic, pretty much, their borders. Yeah. One last, the weather subsides, the snow and rain, the blizzard, fades away. Someone roll me a D100 for weather, and then another D100 for random event. Senti, you want to do it? Okay, that'll be weather. And roll me one more D100. While I prep this, if you all want to talk the next morning, you can.
No one had any dreams, right?
No, no dreams. Okay. None of you wanted to discuss what happened?
So there was weird apocalyptic shit being talked about in Draconis. Did Belric share the stuff that he said before that, during the night?
Yeah, I would share all that.
Okay. And do we know where the ruins of Dwinwil are?
Make a history check.
Okay.
And Farader did kind of carve out the symbol. If someone wishes to, they can, you know, just, you know, use a couple cantrips to probably, like, get rid of that fully. Be fine.
Yeah, I'll go do that. I've seen this symbol before, so
Yeah, it is mostly carved out. Farader did a good job.
it's probably yeah.
So,
I know nothing.
it's not too difficult to find out where the ruins of Dwenwil are. As you do have a map that technically contains them. After looking through your maps, the ruins of Dwenwil are just southeast of the ruins of Isildur, on the continent of Karrak.
No.
And they're just south of the village of Kree, which is the last village that Gamesh needs to visit. That contains the portal to the elemental plane of fire.
No.
Do you tell your companions about this?
Yeah, I will. Yeah. So I'm going to hazard a guess here and say that more of these, like, what are they called? Old ones or whatever. Old ones or outer gods, whichever one of those it is, are probably going to be the things we might have to deal with there. Considering what happened up in Draconis.
Is that the Shane?
Certainly could be the case. Anyone have anything to say about that?
No.
Okay. So, after that tense talk, you are all summoned to the top deck of the ship by Cal and Pimgim. As there is a drastic matter that needs to be attended to, apparently.
What is the matter?
So, weather-wise, it is still snow and rain. It is pretty cold. As you all gather onto the top deck of the ship, the sight is an eerie one. Saren is still bedridden after being punched in the face and then knocking himself out. So, it's going to be tight on bosuns for the remainder of this trip. Also, you see Pimgim Palm kind of steps forward after being allowed to by Cal and begins to speak his ancient language that none of you understand. And it is then, with confusion, translated by his friend, Aslan. And basically, what he says is that someone has been eating too much bacon, and the ship has run out of its stores. Pym looks drastically worried about this revelation. This
Someone's
is
been eating too much.
too much bacon. So food stores are essentially non-existent at the moment. The ship is pretty much out of food.
Asif can cast create food and water.
Problem solved. The ship only had 2 days left of food. But with
It's
that,
not good food, but it is food.
yes.
Can I try to figure out who's been eating too much?
Investigation or insight?
I'll do investigation, please.
Who has a dog in their room? Who's been stealing bacon for a dog? It's my Becky, isn't it? She got a dog.
25. Seer, you go full on Sherlock Holmes up in this ship.
I'm fucking scared.
You start investigating, interrogating people. And then it clicks. Why there's so little food left. It's not one person's doing. No one is malicious enough to steal food on this ship. The crew is very good.
I was worried that they had got infected by the beast.
It's the fact that Pym is still making food for Faradir. He makes the same amount of portions because he counts Faradir as a person who will eat his bacon and other meats and is just making extra. And then when it's left over, he eats it himself. He just did not
see.
account for that revelation.
Can I reveal this?
You out him.
Also, I will say, because it's not only one thing, it's not one scenario. Also,
Yeah.
Quinth is currently in like a workout mood, so he's only eating protein.
Dude, that's not healthy.
So he's like, he's going through the chicken stores, he's going through the bacon stores, like he's eating a lot of protein. He's working out every day.
You're gonna starve yourself.
I mean, he's also eating like his rice carbs, you know.
Okay, as long as he's not starving himself.
No.
It's like going through protein starvation.
No.
He's basically on keto.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, he's on keto, and so he's just eating more meat than he should. So it's a combination of just more meat being made because Pym just keeps making bacon for Faradir, hoping that one day she'll eat it.
Okay,
Oh,
solution.
buddy.
Quinn eats Faradir's meat portions.
One other
Meat gets
thing,
eaten.
the quartermaster has known about Faradir's vegetarian lifestyle and bought less meat because of it. That is why there's no meat. So there is less
my
meat in
God.
general because they know Faradir doesn't eat it, but Pym doesn't know that. Or doesn't, he just makes that extra meat. It's a whole bunch of issues, and it's super, like, you just go through the bureaucracy of the ship, and you realize, oh, this is just like, it's like running like a restaurant. Like, it's running, like you're running a fast food store right now, and it's just like, oh, someone just made a small
Okay.
mistake, and it just compounded to me having no food.
Can I make sure to tell the quartermaster to get enough meat for Faradir as well, even though we know she's not going to eat it?
Yeah. Azul will rectify that situation immediately, and she feels so dumb.
Well, it's not her fault.
It's not, but like, communication broke down, so, you know, that was the issue.
Okay. This is my ship. I guess this is what I have to deal with.
Yup. So that was the random encounter 69.
Nice.
Nice.
Other than that, the last 5 days goes smoothly. You eat a lot of Asa food. that is summoned from the celestial powers of Volker, and definitely not Talos. And eventually, the weather does subside, enough for you to see the visage that you've been hoping and dreaming of seeing. The city of Guanistan. The tall, central elven tower, and the tall, powerful walls. You're docked at port, and with less than an hour's journey, maybe 2 hours, you finally are walking on solid ground, and you swing open the front door of your manor. Home at last.
Nice. Also, I would like to say Quinth should know better than to eat more than his share on a ship.
He's bulking.
Don't give
I'll be
a
right back.
fuck. There's limited supplies on the open ocean. You can't just decide to bulk without informing the quartermaster.
Listen, he's self-conscious about his body.
I don't
He wants,
care.
he wants to get swole for Arthur.
I don't care. I don't give a single fuck. He has put everyone's life in danger.
I love that.
And so is Pym. And if I could speak ancient Grimolian, I would have given them both a lecture, but since I can't, neither of them got a lecture.
I mean, Pym does understand Common. He just refuses to learn it, and speak it.
That's fair. Also, I feel like I have to be careful. I don't want to piss Pym off because he's the cook. I don't care about pissing
Yeah,
Quinn
maybe
off.
he'll
He
spit
does
in your
nothing
food.
for me.
Those are the extra vitamins that he gives you.
Pym would have never gotten a lecture. Quinth, though, I considered it. Because... Come on, man.
I love
He's
that.
been on a boat long enough.
15 days, yeah. It's a long time to be on a ship. I love that, though. When I read that so, yeah, the captain calls everyone aboard and announces that someone or something has been stealing food. There's only... I had to roll D4 to see how many days left of food there was. I'm like, what a random encounter. Like, that is the most...
Yeah.
Remember 69 that you would expect, would have, a funny thing? That's great. I love that. It's just, the most
I mean,
basic...
it is kind of funny.
It is. Just bureaucracy in there. I love it.
But it'll never happen again. For the same reason.
Yeah, it will not happen again. Plus, Faradir's not on the ship anymore, so...
We have a Faradir protocol now.
Yes. When Faradir is on the ship, Pym... extra food will be bought so Pym can just make the same amount of food.
Okay, yeah, but this way Quinth can eat Faradir's extra portion.
Yeah. And the thing is, Pym, he just makes the bacon in case Faradir wants it. It's not even he doesn't make, vegan and vegetarian food for Faradir. He does. He goes out of his way to make sure that Faradir is, feels at home on the ship. He just also is maybe Faradir wants some bacon.
Maybe
Faradir-
this time she'll
And then
change her
Quinth
mind.
is-
Maybe
yeah,
maybe
and
Faradir wants a
maybe-
steak today. Who knows? You know?
And if Quinth is trying to eat more protein than is his share, he can have Faradir's share because she's never gonna eat it.
She's gone 25
It's an
years. Maybe
elegant
this will be the day she
solution.
changes her mind.
Yeah, that's Pym's exact thoughts. He's like, oh, maybe
2.5
this is the day.
decades means nothing.
Yeah, he's like, this is the day. She's gonna do it today.
Definitely.
He just every time at breakfast, Faradir sits down, and she has her her portions, and then he just puts the bacon, and he puts it somewhat close to her. Not too close to be you should eat some bacon, but close enough that if she wanted it, she could grab it, and he just watches. He's like, oh, she's gonna
Close
grab
enough that she knows it's there.
it. Yeah, so you know that that chance is there. You know, you have the opportunity.
Faradir probably just thinks it's funny.
I would. But yeah, you all find yourselves back at home. Upon opening and throwing open the manor doors, you are greeted with the sights and sounds of um, strange waterfalls inside your manor. Strange bubbling and popping and the sounds of a flowing water shed or some sort. And upon walking deeper into your manor, you see in your living room, essentially, near the fireplace, you can see maybe about 12 or so little mushroom men are currently holding small little leaflets around a roaring fire. And you can see one mushroom man is kind of at the end, and he's going along, and you can see he's trying to conduct the little mushroom men. And you can see they're training for some sort of show, some sort of winter play, perhaps, or winter carols.
I'm sorry, this doesn't explain the waterfall.
They make popping noises and water sounds when they speak.
Oh right. I thought we saw water. I was so
No,
confused.
no, no. It's just the combination of their little like, pop, 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 and it's just like collecting,
Okay.
and it's like them singing is just like the sound of like a creek, like a bubbling creek.
That's cute.
Yeah, and they're just singing their little mushroom men songs. They're creating some
I thought
Christmas
they put
carols.
I thought they put a stream in the house.
No.
But didn't you say they built a fire like in the middle of the living room or something?
No,
So
they
the
definitely
fireplace?
would not build a fire. There is a fireplace. Right up here. So they're like around it. Yeah. It seems like things in the manor have just been going swimmingly, smoothly, and normal. What the hell? I'm sorry about that, if you can hear that. Could you all hear that?
Laughing?
I just got back. My Wi-Fi went out for a second.
Oh yeah, well, definitely the laughing.
I heard the laughing.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
I heard nothing.
I'm sorry about that. My brother found something really funny.
You'll never be forgiven. His transgression was too great.
How dare people in your life have found joy in things?
Yeah. Stop having
Unallowed.
joy.
Yeah. You're allowed to be miserable and miserable only.
Save some joy for the rest of us.
Okay. So, you're home. Is there any plans you all have or things to discuss? I'll take that as a no.
I mean, do we have anything we have to be doing? Does anyone have any side quests?
I think it's mostly the people who aren't here.
Yes.
Damn.
Well, I do have one. I guess Balor does, sort of. Just going to his hometown.
That he does.
Yeah. We could talk about making a trip down to Bastion, right?
Yep.
Go.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the new plan?
Sure, let's do it.
Wonderful. How long do you spend in your manor, and how are you getting to Bastion?
We all look to Senti.
Yeah. If you would be so kind.
Say please.
Please.
I paid like a bunch of gold for us just like a few days ago. Please.
Okay. You all windwalk from your little home in Coulterstone Hold all the way to Bastion. I always forget the windwalk travel time. Just so bad because you do it so often. $240 in a day hour. No, I meant like the amount of, because it doesn't tell you how many miles you can go. It is only in feet, so like you have to. I've calculated it many times before, but I always forget somehow. I don't know why. But it's about. Yeah. Yep, about 240 miles. Which, easy enough. You all shift into your windy forms, and it does take a majority of the day. About 6 hours fly time from Coulterstone Hold to Bastion. Get your token. Actually, let me also do this. I did this for the other party, so I'm going to do it for you as well. Just so you know, if you ever want to know where the other party is relative to you all, their token will be the stallion. So they know where you are. A 6-hour journey over the fields of Stanton. Still recovering. You can see the blackened, charred wheat and barley fields have begun to reheal, but it is still winter. And with that, it's hard for really anything to fully heal yet. By spring, hopefully, the fields will have recovered enough to provide a decent harvest, but there's a chance that there could be some famine going around in certain areas of the kingdom that have been affected by the flames of Garrosh Tal. Further southward, you pass over great fortresses. You see the Guardian's Crest, a massive symbol to the god Volkar, high up in the mountains. You pass Volterra, a fortress you only saw once in the distance, when you're in Dahlem. You see a terrible, terrible conflagration had blown through there. Massive sections of the walls are melted to nothingness, and the fortress will need much repair. You fly over Clanfelt Pike, Gamesh's home, and then finally you find yourselves over familiar forest, the Wiskmar forest. An ancient yet small wood. This forest is home to a kingdom that doesn't often consider itself one. A society of outcasts surrounded by decently powerful kingdoms, the Grimolian, and soon, if the Minks have their way, or had their way, the Minks. But currently, the free cities are decent enough neighbors for the people of Bastion to build a life and build a society for themselves here in the Wiskmar Forest. Beautiful, this city is set on the mountain slopes of the Great Anka mountain range, nearing the very end of it. A massive waterfall splits the city in half as it drains out towards the coast to the far north. Heavy-set glaciers can be seen, creating white peaks as far as you can see along the mountain edge. For a city built by the outcasts, it is a beautiful sight, and a welcome home back for Belric. As you touch down, the sights and smells are vastly different than you've ever experienced in human settlements. The individuals you see are vastly different. Goblins, minotaurs, gnolls, orcs, all manners of individuals who call this forest their home, dwell within this city. Massive tree houses are carved out for whole goblin societies. Great open plateaus exist for the Minotaurs to roam free and live their lives even within the walls of the city. And the orcs have fashioned a great chieftain here in the city of Bastion. Welcome. As you set foot in the city and shed your misty forms, I'm going to end the session. A nice journey.
We moved. That's the moving sound.
Sorry for the kind of really late start, but thank you all for being willing to join in, get some things done, learn some new things.
Always good to get things done.
Yes, the travel was needed. There was a lot of travel, but what are you gonna do? I made this world hella small too. If you think
Yeah, it
about
really doesn't feel that small though. Sometimes
it doesn't, but that's because the real world is massive. If you actually think about how big our world is, It's actually crazy. I think I mapped it out before, but all of Day-Cabal would fit within America.
Oh, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I know, right? At its widest, it is only about 600 miles. So, very small world for what it is. Yeah. But I am excited to get to explore some Bastion next time.